Right now, my plan is once the pandemic or once the vaccine is fully implemented, I will go back to the provinces. My goal is really to teach more people, especially a lot of the Filipinos right now became aware of creating their own online business, and they're looking for someone who can help them transition to that. And I believe if we continue to provide them the education, the awareness, and help them understand, as seasoned freelancers, we'll be able to uh, target that market, be able to answer their needs, their desires, and that's my goal.
So I'm very happy today we have Fred, which is an email copywriter helping e-commerce business owners with their email marketing campaigns, and of course, also helping them to set up their automated workflow. Hi, Fred.
Hello, Jace. Hi. Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it's an honor, and I'm really happy to become part of this program. And I really wanted to uh, share my experience to your listener and to those people who are watching right now. Hi from the Philippines.
Yeah, Fred is actually based in Philippines. So how is the freelancing landscape like in Philippines at the moment?
The freelance community in the Philippines is actively growing. It's diverse and it's promising. When I say diverse, I mean skill wise, there are a lot of emerging Filipino freelancers right now that are offering highly skilled and in demand skills that caters to clients both here and abroad. And age wise, I know an 11-year-old who's offering web development right now and earning
Wow.
a monthly income out of it. I also know a lot of 50, 60 years old who are now earning consistently six-figure income on a monthly basis doing freelance work. So that's the things that's happening right now. And also with the ongoing program of the local government unit and with the help of seasoned freelancers by creating mentoring program, coaching programs, and creating courses for aspiring freelancers, we're able to bridge the gap and reach uh, the communities, especially those who are hungry to know more about freelancing. Personally, before the pandemic happened, we were going to the provinces, teaching graduating students, out of school youths, single parents, senior citizens, PWD about the opportunities of working at home. And I believe 5 years from now, we will continue to develop and harness the skills of the Filipino. So we'll be able to sustain the demands of the growing industry.
Wow, it looks like a lot is happening in Philippines,
Yeah.
and I really admire that you are doing your part to actually help fellow countrymen of yours to actually help
Mhm.
them to cope with the pandemic. I mean that was really great.
Yeah.
So what is the potential that you see in this whole freelancing industry in Philippines? In terms of growth, do you see this as growing as fast as what we see in the US, where there was a studies that was being showed to say that by 2030, at least half of the US workforce will be on independent or remote work. What about Philippines? Is that something that you see happening as well?
I think it was around 2019 when me and a friend were having this conversation because there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of interviews on radios and local media channels uh, for seasoned freelancers, asking them about what it is like to work at home, how are they earning, what's the common setup, especially when dealing with foreign clients. And then there are interviews on national newspaper for asking them what's like, and then even the Congress and the Senate are now discussing about it. So I really believe that the path for the industry is really going fast. And it was my friend John Pagulayan who said that his mission is to help or make freelancing as a respected career, like a doctor, like an engineer, like a teacher. Because right now the mindset is when you're a freelancer, that's just a freelancer. The goal is to inculcate in the mindset of the Filipinos that freelancing is a career. And I really support him with that, with his endeavors. And that's the reason why we're going to the provinces, we're educating people, because especially the internet right now is available to everyone. And the resources, especially when you type on Google, there will be some abundance of resources that are available. There are also some free courses that are available right now. So when someone or who has an interest, who wants to know about freelancing, can easily have the resources available. So yeah, it will continue to grow, and more skilled freelancers will be coming out of it. So it's exciting. And as you mentioned earlier, the pandemic accelerated everything, and we may not be able to. Personally, I may not be able to identify the exact number, but yeah, it's growing, and it will continue to grow.
I think professionalizing, right,
Yeah.
the freelance industry, right,
Mhm.
in not only just in Philippines or in Singapore, but really the whole of Asia, right,
Yeah.
and allowing, right, people to actually use their skill sets, right, and actually to do business for themselves. I really see this as the future of work, right? So that's where eventually,
Exactly.
right,
Yeah.
just probably like the US, where a lot of us are moving to the direction. But of course, I think right now you have identified a very important, I would say, situation as in terms of the mindset shift. And this is exactly the same thing we are seeing in Singapore, right? Like when Creative at Works first started 9 years ago. So when we approach clients to say that, okay, this is our model, we work with freelancers. So the response that we got from the clients, oh, is it because they cannot find a job? That's why they become freelancer, right? Or who are those people? Are they trustworthy? So I think there's a lot
Yeah.
of misconception, right? So I think it is up to us to really shift,
Exactly.
shift that mindset, right? And like what you mentioned, it should be a respectable career, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are some of the challenges that are faced by freelancers like yourself in Philippines right now?
There are a number of challenges. But the most common challenges that Filipinos face right now is the consistency of internet speed, especially in the provinces. But I believe with the addition of an internet provider, this concern will get better moving forward. And then second is unexpected or uh, rotational power interruption. This commonly happens during the summer. And some of the freelancers I know have generators at home, specifically for that kind of situation. And then third is natural disasters, or especially July to December is a rainy season here in the Philippines. So Nakunuds will be expecting typhoons in the coming months. And during typhoons, internet and power supplies are interrupted. So sometimes it causes us not to work for days, sometimes weeks, until the power grid or supplies are back in operation. And then, lastly, for lack of a better word, discrimination. Discrimination in a sense because many or some foreign clients still believes that we Filipinos should not be charging premium with our
Mm.
services. Personally, I experienced that with one prospect who told me that you should not be charging this amount because you're from the Philippines. I don't know what's behind that thought or how did he came up with that idea, but pricing is still an ongoing debate, conversation, especially in some of the freelance communities here, whether you should be charging hourly or per output basis or should I charge monthly? Yeah, there's still an ongoing conversation with regards to that. So those are the common challenges right now. Again, internet speed, power interruption, typhoons, natural calamities, and then foreign
Yeah.
clients thinks that we don't deserve to charge premium. I can name a lot, but those are the most common challenges that we face.
Yeah, I think Fred, you brought up a very important point. Wow, that's really very noble of you. To actually spread the experience and the knowledge, right? We'll be happy to help as well. So if you think that there's anything we can do, do feel free to reach out to us as well. So so training is one of the new normal or new plans that you have, right? Once the pandemic pass, in
Yeah.
terms of the freelancing opportunity for your for your fellow freelancers in Philippines, what are some of the opportunity that you see will arise, right? Post COVID, right? So that we can all prepare and build up our skill sets, to meet those new opportunities.
Like I said earlier, the need to understand how they can transition from traditional to online. The everything is online right now. Even my hair, I look for a barber on Facebook. My nails, my laundry, I look for a person on Facebook. So everything is online. So e-commerce is growing here in the Philippines, and these e-commerce entrepreneurs wants to uh, uh, scale their business, and they need help with that. Social media buyers, social media marketing, email marketing, Facebook ads. Those are the things that I see right now will help them run this business, run their business, or scale their business. There are also need for SEOs, things like that. Since uh, online selling platforms are available, they also want help with their inventories, how to create a business or how to organize, create a system for their business. So those are the things that I see will be in demand in the next months or so, or maybe in the next 3 years.
Right. So, what would your encouragement be for for someone who has probably unfortunately lost their job due to the pandemic,
Mm.
right, and is actually thinking
Yeah.
of moving online to be a freelancer? What are some of your encouragement or your advice that you would give to them?
Ah, 5 words. You have what it takes. Again, I repeat,
Mm,
you have what it takes. Uh, the internet or the social media opens the playing field to everyone. It's not like in the 80s or the 90s where those who can run or create a business are the people who have the capital, who have the connections, or from a well-known family. Right now, everyone can start something. And being online doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a freelancer. It doesn't, you don't have to box yourself. Personally, I tried Facebook marketing where I tried buy and sell on Facebook. I posted a product on my Facebook page, and then once a customer ordered, and then I will buy from a fellow seller and then sell it. So yeah, that's selling. If you know how to play an instrument, if you're a great cook, if you're a welder, if you're an artisan, go create that content. If you have a mobile phone, if you have an internet, that's all the thing that you need right now. You have what it takes to make it online. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name correctly. And Lisiki,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm.
she became so popular on social media just by posting content, doing household chores, building something, cooking something. That's the opportunity that's right in front of you right now. You don't have to be a freelancer. If you're skilled at something, if you like poems, or if you like uh, doing calligraphy, if you like writing short story, go create that content. Post it in social media. You have the platform. There's TikTok, there's YouTube. If you want Instagram, if you want Facebook, go create it.
Wow.
You have
Yeah. I think that's really very good advice, Fred. I mean, I totally agree, right? I mean, now with mobile phone, right, every one of us is content creators in our own right, right?
yes.
And with social media, it just allow us to actually build a community of our own, right? So that
Mhm.
we actually rally and bring together like-minded professionals or even people who, share the same passions, right? It kind of
Yeah.
like bring the world so much closer, right? It doesn't matter where you are, right? As long as we all love gardening, right? We can
Yeah.
always share the expertise, share the experience.
Exactly. If you love plants,
Yeah.
go grow your plants and post it on social media.
Yeah. I mean, and then through that process, you're able to build your community, and then on top of that, you become an influencer.
Yes. Then you start building your confidence, and then wow, I can create something out of this. You can
Yeah.
create a business out of this. You can offer coaching for those who wants to grow plants.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you have what it takes.
That's really great advice, Fred. I really loved it. Yeah, I think sometimes we just need a little bit of confidence, right? I think especially at a period like
Mhm.
this, we all know everyone is going through different challenges, right? But I think at the end of the day, this will pass. The question is, when this pass, are you ready for the new normal?
Exactly. That's the question.
Yeah. Right, right. Thank you so much, Fred, for your all your advice. I just have one last
Thanks.
question.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure,
no,
sure.
no error. Yeah, just have one last question before I let you go because your advice and your guidance was so valuable. So, if you could give one piece of advice to a young freelancers in Asia, right? What would you say
Mhm.
to him or
Keep on writing.
her?
That's it.
Mm,
Make it a habit to write every day. Every services or every skill that I know of that are offered as a freelancer involves writing. Facebook ads, social media, content, blog, email, everything. So if you develop that writing skills, you will never run out of gigs. You will never run out of projects. Uh, don't force yourself into something that's uh, out of your reach. Focus on what you have, and with a pen and paper, you can start it today. Make it a habit. For 30 days, you will see the difference. Uh, Personally, I'm not a fluent speaker in English, but when I started writing every day back in 2017, I saw a huge difference from my mindset into dealing my clients and into writing. I write emails for a living. If you will tell me that 5, 10 years ago that I will make a living out of writing, I will say you're crazy. But that's what I'm doing right now. So yeah, keep on writing.
Yeah. I mean, I agree as well because I think um, every businesses, right? Writing is proving to be more so important,
Yeah,
especially for digital platform. And I think writing is also a form of art, right? In terms of
yeah,
knowing the product well and convincing people. So it is a very valuable, I would say, skill sets for any type of freelancer. You doesn't have to be a
yeah,
writer. Yeah, so even if you are a content creators, even if you are a social media guy, writing is important and a good skill
mhm,
sets to have.
yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Fred. Thanks for your time. So if you enjoy our show, do let us know by clicking the like button or leave a comment below. So subscribe and hit the bell so you won't miss on our next interview. Enjoy our Creative at Works community on Facebook, Instagram. We will also post out Fred social media handle as well. So if you like to connect with Fred, right, and to find out more about what he's doing, please feel free to reach out to him. Yeah, until then,
Okay, thank
bye
you.
everyone. Yeah, thank you, Fred, and have an awesome week ahead.